reason for the request for the modification was the fact that I did get let go from my job because of the school schedule.
So at this time, are you currently employed?
No, I am a full-time student. I do take 6 classes. So while the kids are in school, I am a full-time student.
It pains me to say, but if the shoes were reversed, I'd be saying the same thing. Is like, how is it fair that he supports you while you decide, or the children more, while you decide to go get a college degree for the future, when you got to duty support now, and not at his expense that you want to go get the degree? And I'd be telling him the same thing if he was here asking child support for you. You got 50-50 split. Why should she pay for you to go to school? I mean, I'm trying to figure out why that would be fair this way.
What's going on? What's going on, people? What's going on? Ah, man, I welcome y'all to Nobody's Court. You guys not going to believe this. This is the craziest thing I have ever seen. We have an ex-wife of 3 years taking her ex-husband back to court to make him pay for her new college courses she's taking. She wants to go back to school. And here's the kicker. The woman got married a year after their divorce. So she has a new husband, but want the ex-husband to pay for her college tuition or whatever because they had 3 kids together. So she take the man back to court for this. So this is where we at with this, man. And y'all got to I'm just gonna let it play. Y'all pay attention to this. Make sure you guys hit that like button, and YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button. But let's just kick this off, man, and get it going, because this is Nobody's Court. And y'all got to check this out.
Okay. I just while we were married, I was a homemaker, so I didn't leave the house. Mr. Acevedo actually locked me out of the house.
And why did that happen? Just because he wanted to do it?
Because he was upset.
And why was he upset? And isn't it true that that incident arose out of the fact that you had voluntarily left the house, abandoned your husband and your children for a period of time?
This case left me completely speechless. I thought I had seen almost everything, but evidently I was wrong. So they were an ordinary married couple with 3 children, and one morning she left the house and came back a few days later, but her husband didn't let her in. Later he found out that she was with somebody else, and this was the reason they got divorced. Fast forward, 3 years have passed, and now she remarried. But interestingly, she decided to stop working and go to school. So, since she no longer has income and knows that her ex-husband is well off financially, she took him to court for money. She believes that since she used to be a stay-at-home wife 3 years ago when they were married, he should provide the same lifestyle to give her time to study. And what makes this story interesting is that she is a married woman who believes she is entitled to her ex-husband's money. But thankfully, the judge was able to understand that her request made no sense and denied it. Her ex-husband has nothing to do with what she does with her life, so he shouldn't be the one sponsoring her studies.
For the modification.
So let me ask y'all something. Do some of you think that the ex-husband should pay for her college? I mean, they have 3 kids together. Now, she is remarried, but do some of you think that, well, I mean, she has 3 kids, she's busy, but the only kicker in that is they do a 50-50 split. And even with that 50-50 split, he has the kids more than she does. So with her still asking for him to pay that, is that still right? Or would you guys really wouldn't care? You know what I mean?
Modification was the fact that I did get let go from my job because of the school schedule, for the kids. So in that I do live so far away from the kids to school, they had to let me go because I was doing drop off and pick up and just waiting there in the line. So I did have to be fired from my job. So that was the reason why I had asked for some assistance.
Okay. So the visits had never changed. So you were still doing 1 week on and 1 week off.
So we were getting the kids, me and my husband were getting the kids an extra day. And so they would add up, but I couldn't tell you how many days they added up. And then it went back to being the same.
Why were you getting the kids an extra day?
There was just like stuff that was going on. I believe there was like sickness. I don't know. I don't remember which individual it was, but it was like a few days here and there.
Now, does it sound like she's lying? Let's be real. It sounds like she's trying to make up something to get money off this dude. But where is your new husband? Now, I bet you that new husband was the person she disappeared with when the husband said she disappeared for a few days, abandoned the family, and then showed back up wanting to get back in the house. I guarantee that's who she married. And this dude don't want to be bothered with her. But you stuck with him. So the dude with the money and all the resources, you didn't want that. You wanted this dude, and now you're missing it. It's crazy.
So were these extra days?
Modification was not for the visitations. It was more because of the financial, because I did lose my job.
So at this time, are you currently employed?
No, I am a full-time student. I do take 6 classes. So while the kids are in school, I am a full-time student.
This is crazy.
Are you still married?
Yes.
Does your husband work?
Yes, he does.
What does he do?
He is an iron worker.
Why doesn't he pay for it? Why?
And you don't do like part-time jobs like Uber, DoorDash, something?
No, ma'am.
But why not?
How close are you to graduating?
I still have 3 years.
And you can't do part-time schooling?
Part-time schooling, no. Because every time I try to look for a job, everybody's like, well, you have to either be here early in the morning or you have to be here like really late. And my husband's commute, it would leave the children unattended.
This is so crazy. So you're not wanting to work so you can go to school full time. Full time's not paying you. You got probably 3.5 more years. You probably did but a semester, but you got about 3.5 more years to go. But you refuse to get a job, not even a part-time job. But you want your ex-husband to pay for it instead of your new husband. Make it make sense, people. This makes absolutely no freaking sense. I'm surprised they even had this in court. I'm be honest. I'm surprised they even like looked at this. And it's, man.
And have you talked to Mr. Acevedo about maybe taking them extra in that case?
We have not.
Right. And then your schooling doesn't offer online classes?
They offer only certain online classes, but they're not with the degree plan that I have.
Because you had to take the children to school or pick them up, that caused you to be fired.
Correct.
Okay. And did they monitor you when you were online doing this work?
Correct.
Okay. Now, since they fired you and you decided to go back to school, and you have already testified that there's no reasonable, in your opinion, no reasonable part-time job you could have to supplement your income.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you also claim that Mr. Acevedo, you want sort of protection against him because of an incident that happened some years before that we got the divorce. And isn't it true that incident arose out of the fact that you had voluntarily left the house, abandoned your husband and your children for a period of time, and then suddenly tried to come back and get into the house, which caused the problem? Isn't
that is incorrect.
And what is correct?
So I was not locked out of the house. I was actually forced out of the house. There was a police officer that came and did make a report that day. And
Excuse me, I don't mean to interrupt you, but I'm not talking about what happened when the police officer came. I'm talking about what caused the incident to occur to begin with. Had
don't
you
want to talk
voluntarily
about
so that incident that did occur, that had nothing to do with, we were already separated for 2 years, it might have been. And the incident happened because I was a minute late dropping off our daughter. It was her birthday. I had picked her up and I took her somewhere to go and eat, and I was a minute late, and he got upset about that.
Okay, when you left the house, how did you leave? You're trying to tell me that Mr. Acevedo forced you to leave the house?
Correct.
And why did he do that?
That was not the same incident that we're speaking of. So when I did,
No, I'm not speaking
Yeah.
about the same incident. I'm saying when you left the house, whether it was 2 years before, 2 years after, why did you leave?
I didn't leave the house. Mr. Acevedo actually locked me out of the house
And why
and did not
you
allow
do
me to get anything, did not allow anything like that.
that? Okay. And why did that happen? Just because he wanted to do it?
Because he was upset.
And why was he upset?
I couldn't tell you why he was upset.
She is just dodging all the questions.
Oh my God. Stop fucking lying.
Were you
She just dodging everything. Like, you know what they're asking, lady. You know exactly what he's asking. But you're trying to dodge it. But that's okay. That's okay. It's coming out in a little bit. It's coming out. Just stay tuned. It's coming out.
having an adulterous relationship?
I was not.
Oh,
You were not.
No,
you
I was not.
were.
I see. And so now, Mr. Acevedo and you have been involved with a 50-50 sharing of child custody. And Mr. Acevedo makes sufficient money to support these children much better than you. And he is now got a budget that really doesn't leave him any spare money. And now you think it's fair that you should be able to come in here because you lost your job, whether it was because of the kids going to school, which we have to take your word for, or not. And now you think it's fair that he should somehow give you money to help you support these kids.
Did free childcare to him for years, and that prevented her from gaining job experience or having any kind of career. Honestly, she should be allowed to do a 1 or 2 year program. This is 3 years after their divorce when she
Now, this is what some people posted, which I do not agree with most of them. But we'll hear what they have to say.
is asking for this. And she is remarried as well. No way. Go on, girl, leave that man alone. Every parent figures out how to juggle kids, jobs, and education without getting fired. She
Right.
makes nothing but excuses. She divorced him and still wants him to support her. Welcome to adulthood. You make your own decisions and you take on the responsibility. Lesson learned. Don't cheat.
Repeat the question. I'm sorry.
The question was, the judge heard the testimony of all the parties, and the judge heard the testimony of the amicus attorney. And the amicus attorney, when we made closing arguments, stated that she believed that what the best interest of the children was a 50-50 custody and no child support. The judge took that recommendation along with the rest of the evidence, and she granted a final decree of divorce based on that custody issue. Is that correct?
Yep.
I do recall that, yes, the amicus did state that.
I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Okay, let me go next to you, Ms. Chelsers. Technically, you're your own lawyer, so you kind of get the stand and get to tell me whatever else you need to tell me that hasn't been asked strictly related to the issues before the court.
I don't understand how, in her mind, you get fired. The husband has the kids majority of the time, but you saying that's why you got fired because of the kids at school or whatever. Make it make sense. How did the kids get you fired? They've been going to school. They go to school. I mean, they still got to go to school, but you didn't get fired because of that. Like you said, he got mad because you picked the kids up 1 minute late. Like, who gets hysterical for somebody being? Can you even fathom 1 minute? By the time you get out your car and walk to the door, that minute's going plus some. So you're lying and you're trying to figure out a way to get this man to pay for this school that you probably don't need or probably not going to end up finishing anyway, but you just don't want to work. And that's what it's coming down to. She doesn't want to work and she trying to have an excuse not to work. I'm going to go to school. She probably done told that other dude, I'm going to go to school and he going to pay for it. He got these kids. He need to do this, but he got 50-50. So he's taking care of the kids. Like I say, he got a little more than 50-50 because you said so on here. But still, you think he should pay for you 3 years later and you're remarried. This is some delusional stuff I ever seen in my life. I've never seen anything like this. If some of y'all ladies out here thinking like this, go ahead and put your head in the bucket, man. Just put it in the bucket and just wait for somebody to come and kick it. That's all I can say.
So anything else you want to say, ma'am?
I did write a little statement if you would allow me to read it.
Well, that's your testimony. Is there any objection, Mr. Mangine? I assume not.
No, I'm not going to object. We don't have a jury present, so it's...
Yeah, I'm going to give some latitude since she's not a lawyer and she's trying to get her testimony in. So yeah, you can read your statement.
I put, Your Honor, I am writing this letter to request support for my children. I'm a full-time student with a full-time work. Unfortunately, due to location of the children's school and difficulty of balancing work and school schedule, I was let go of my job to prioritize my children's education and well-being. As a full-time student, my time is divided between attending classes, studying, and taking care of my children. While I'm grateful for the opportunity to further my education, it also comes with a set of challenges, one of them being financial strain. I rely on scholarships, loans, and to cover most of my children's expenses. However, the source of income is not always sufficient to meet their needs.
That's kind of crazy.
I have always been a responsible parent and have provided for my children for the best of my abilities. However, with the loss of my job, I am struggling to make ends meet and provide for my children's basic needs. I believe it is in the best interest of the children to receive child support from the other parent. Sincerely, Desiree Chester.
She's so wrong.
This is stupid. I don't even understand. Do she even realize what she's bringing him to court for? I don't even think she realized what she's bringing him to court for. Because it sounds like you need child support now. But you want child support, but you got a 50-50, and he keeps the kid more than the 50 that's supposed to be. So how are you going to sit up and ask for child support when he has the child more than you? And then you come in there saying you want him to pay for your college education. So you want to pay for your tuition and give you more money for your kids that he keeps more than you. This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. If I would have been that judge, I would like, look, let's just stop this right now. Let's stop this and just kick this on up out of here. Ain't no way I'll put up with this, man.
To keep wanting him to support her like when they were married. Too many women
and she's
want
married,
this.
Guys.
It needs to stop.
She's married. She's remarried.
It's not his responsibility to take care of you. You are remarried. I know several moms that go to school full-time and have a job. Don't they say women don't need a man? Yes, he paid for your life till you decided you wanted out. So leave and support yourself. She divorced him and expected a free ride because he makes more.
Exactly.
You chose the marriage and the divorce. Someone doesn't want to work. I bet when she loses her case, she gets a job.
Okay, we'll move on. Ms. Coates, did you want to call Mr. Acevedo or do you want defer to Mr. Mangine?
Yes, I'll call Mr. Acevedo, please. Would you state your full name for the court, please?
Marco Adam Acevedo.
And in the 3 years that you've all been divorced, you've maintained a 50-50 custody relationship, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you provide, now, do you own a house?
Yes, sir.
The other thing that I want to bring out is, let's talk about that incident. And I don't want to open a dirty wound and go on for hours, but could you briefly describe the reason that Miss Chester says that you locked her out of the house?
She had committed adultery. She was basically living with another individual, had abandoned us, myself and the children. And,
Wow.
that's
Wow.
why I didn't allow her to come back. And she was basically trying to force her way in the house, you know, being erratic. And I was just looking out for the safety of my children, myself, my home.
It pains me to say, but if the shoes were reversed, I'd be saying the same thing. Is like, how's it fair that he supports you while you decide, or the children more, while you decide to go get a college degree
Right.
for the future, when you got a duty support now, and not at his expense that you want to go get the degree. And I'd be telling him the same thing if he was here asking child support for you. You got 50-50 split. Why should she pay for you to go to school? I mean, I'm trying to figure out why that would be fair this way. Oh, not at his expense that you want to go get the degree. And I'd be telling him the same thing if he was here asking child support for you. You got 50-50 split. Why should she pay for you to go to school? I mean, I'm trying to figure out why that would be fair this way.
So because she didn't have to work, she expects to still not have to work. Here comes the tears. Judge should tell her, I will allow Dad to pay.
No.
However, when you get your degree, you got to pay it back with interest.
No.
I bet then she would back off.
That would be the wrong answer. All right. That would be the wrong answer. Now, first of all, you got to be like something real serious going on with you where you would like sit back and just say, I'm gonna, that you know what is gonna pay for this. And your husband sitting right there, like, I guess he's like, I guess so, because I'm not gonna pay for it. And I'm not going back to work. Okay. But your ex-husband is not responsible for you, young lady. You're divorced 3 years and you're remarried. Why should he help you? And you already went through the courts and got 50-50 on the kids. But you saying, I want child support, but he keeps the kid more than his 50%. You just told him this. That's the crazy thing about this. You sat there and told the judge he keeps the kids a few days more sometimes because of whatever you got. You try to switch it up to some sickness or whatever. No, because you can take a kid home if they got a little sickness, they got a little cold or something. You can still take them home. But you know what you're trying to do. You're trying to milk this man for some money. You effed up by going to sleep around, whatever you was doing, all the way and love bombed up, left your family for a few days and thought he was going to let you back in the house. You probably been doing this for the longest and he finally got fed up. And now you sitting up here in court looking super dumb, thinking another man is going to pay for you to go to school and you got a husband sitting up in the house with you. I'm telling people, you can't make this shit up. I mean, you cannot. This is the craziest thing I ever heard in my life. The craziest thing. Well, guys, this is all I had for this one. I was like a quick one I was going to bring to you guys, my first one on this with my Mr. Nobody's Court. But we will be back with more, and we will talk about a few more of these cases each week. So just catch me on Tuesday. I might do about 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. on Tuesday Eastern Time, and we will bring some more back to you. But until then, you guys take care, stay grounded.